Alright. I'm just like, you have to understand, I'm like bored out of my mind. And I'm like, if you're bored out of your mind by this, then that's fine, just turn it off. Okay. I had something in mind. Oh, I was, okay, like, you know, I like, okay, so why, let, let's, like, look at, like, the life of Tim Blake. Have fun. Yeah, first off, I mean, it's 1 in the morning, most people are, like, pretty much getting ready to close up the bar, or whatever, go to another bar, go to the better bar now, that we've been drinking a lot at the cheap bar, or whatever, or, you know, popping their next set of capsules to like stay up longer or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like I think like the people. I guess they say really like they say most people really aren't involved in that kind of behavior, but like sometimes when you're like you're in like this, you just got done watching a girl talk about how she's using flavored lubes with her boyfriend or her fiance or whatever, and you know like you're stuck with a pair of headphones, some interesting music, and like you know a bed. I'm telling you, like it seems like everybody is living that kind of lifestyle, which they probably aren't. But I mean, like it just you know I really don't. I never really did fit in that scene. Like, when I was young, I was like I don't know how you begin to explain it. Like I had already developed like being extremely cerebral, and like and that was really not a good thing because like when you get high and drink and stuff and you think you're even smarter and more intellectual than you are, I ran into that problem fairly quickly in my around 18 years old. And then, you know, it got to be like, I don't know, 25 or 26, I realized, you know, like, well, you know, there's some chick at Princeton, you know, that can, like, you know, calculate, like, complex topographies in 6 dimensions, and really, like, I'm never going to be that kind of guy. It's maybe the not smartest guy on the block. But, you know, I think, like, those are the kind of learning experiences you go through. I mean, like, I was always the smart. I was probably the smartest kid in my high school. There were a lot of other people that were smart, but I was probably the smartest kid in my high school. And the shame of it is, you know, like, well, I don't know. I mean, it just depends. My goal in high school, honestly, was to like have a lot of fun. And I didn't really think about like, well, you know, I might be able to go to like a really good school and get this high-powered degree and all this stuff if I would just like stop making out in the back corner and like start doing some shit. And that never occurred to me as being like important. And then of course you get to be, well, I mean, I don't know when the realization dawns on you, but it dawned on me a few years ago or maybe even last year that like, you know, I mean, I do okay. I have a job. I pay my bills. I mean, I'm not like, you know, I'm not in debt, which is pretty amazing for I think anybody this day and age in America. I know more people in America that just spend money they don't have. That's why I don't have that $2,000 guitar in my house because I can't. I mean, I'm gonna have to go into debt to buy it, and I don't want to. So I'm saving up a measly like $50 a month in the bank, and hopefully, you know, like next year I can get what I want. But anyway, it's those kind of things you don't think about when you're younger. Like I was sure that I was the smartest person on the planet, that I was going to be this like major influence on like the history of music and you know blah blah blah. I had like some grandiose ideas, and you know it's like and it occurs to you. Well, it occurs to you. It occurred to me about the time I started auditioning for music school that like there are these people auditioning for these music schools that were well, first of all, I wasn't auditioning to the top music schools. You know, it wasn't Eastman School of Music or Juilliard or any of these places. And there were people that were auditioning for parts at these sort of second tier music schools that were just unbelievable. I've been studying since they were 5 years old. Like, could play play the piano from like remote, by like magically pressing the keys or something. It's just unbelievable. So I just like right away my hopes were dashed. I never felt the same about music as far as like my ability to be the best of the best or whatever. As soon as I started auditioning at music school. And my parents often wonder what got into me. They asked me, like, you were doing really well. You auditioned for music school, and I was like, and it's tough because I was like, man, I've worked a lot of years to get where I'm at, but look at these people. I can't believe what they're doing. And then if you like, just if you ever out a lark find I don't know if I think maybe PBS sometimes has them on the piano competitions that they have that are sort of where they find new talent. I think they might have a PBS show on those, and you'll see kids like 11 or 12 years old playing ridiculously fast, and they've got some like old guy in the corner telling them that they're the worst piece of trash they've ever played piano. You know what I mean? Like, but Julie Albright's fucking harsh. I mean, like, they just like torture you until you play perfect. So, which is why I quit studying piano from a professional standpoint, because I mean, their whole goal is just to beat it into your head that you're going to play a certain way, that you're going to play it right, and if you don't, you suck. And I didn't think I sucked, so I quit doing it. I quit going to school for it. I don't know. So, like, what else has been going on in my life? I mean, usually, like, music is a constant obsession. Like, I could definitely dig this Pisces or Kissies or whatever it is blog. Like, it does seem like as you get older, like a lot of people enter next in your life. I'm lucky. I have both my parents. I'm kind of like a family guy in a lot of ways. Like, I don't have a wife and kids, but I'm really into my family. Like, I spend a lot of time with my mom and dad. And, some people look at that as like, well, like, what a dork or whatever, but I'm kind of used to being a dork. I've been a dork a long time, and, like, my family's really good to me. My mom and dad in particular. So I figured those people spend time with. And I feel pretty lucky. I mean, my parents are crazy, but they're no crazier than I am. It works out pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some people, their parents, it's like, just like, don't even go near your parents. Like, stay away. It's best advice anybody can give some people. But then again, that's not very common, but his parents are actually pretty, like, love the hell out of them. And I have to say, like, I love kids, like other people's kids, but I have never had a desire to marry and have children. So I'm going to fill up the next minute that's left with that. I have never in my life had the urge to have a kid, like of my own, and I've never in my life really been interested in marriage. One time I thought, oh yeah, communal living, like, free love and all that shit. I know now I could never do that. But at the same time, like, fucking Christ, like, there's so much. I can't imagine being married. I really can't. I don't know what I would do. I mean, and so that becomes an issue because people my age are usually married, and people my age, usually have kids. So here I am, like, hey, it's me, hey, everybody, what have you been doing, where are you? Sorry, Tim, I'm busy with our kid.